Now before starting with the MCQ part, let's quickly see who was the first CVC of India. It was Nittur Srinivasa Rao, and he was appointed in the year 1964. Vigilance Awareness Week 2020. It has been observed from 27th of October to 2nd of November, and it is observed every year in order to aware the masses about the ill effect of the corruption. The theme for the year 2020 was Satark Bharat, Samriddh Bharat. That is Vigilant India, Prosperous India. Now, who is the present CVC of India? It's Mr. Sanjay Kothari. He was appointed in the year 2020. Now, let's start with the MCQ. So, the first question is, which one of the following is not included in the functions and powers of the Central Vigilance Commission? A. Exercise superintendence over the functioning of the Delhi Special Police Establishment relating to investigation of corruption cases. B. Inquire or investigate offences on a reference by the central government under the Prevention of Corruption Act committed by a public servant being an employee of the central government or a corporation, company or society controlled by the central government. C. Inquire into any complaint against any officer of the central government. D. Exercise superintendence over the vigilance administration of the various ministries of the central government or corporation, company or society controlled by the central government. Now, if you have seen the part 2nd of the CVC Act video which I uploaded, you would easily answer the question. As we know, the functions and powers of the CVC are dealt under section 8, and the correct answer will be C. This is not included in the functions and powers of CVC. If the officer is involved in any offence relating to Prevention of Corruption Act, then CVC has the power to inquire or investigate. Okay? The next question is, who among the following is not a part of the committee which recommends the name for the appointment of Central Vigilance Commissioner? A. Prime Minister. B. Chief Justice of India or a judge of the Supreme Court nominated by him. C. Union Minister for Home Affairs. Or D. The leader of the opposition in the House of the People. So the answer is B. Chief Justice of India or a judge of the Supreme Court nominated by him is not a part of the committee which recommends a name for the appointment of Central Vigilance Commissioner. Section 4 deals with the appointment. Next question. The Central Vigilance Commissioner may be removed from his office only if he first engages in any paid employment outside the duties of his office. Second, becomes interested in any contract made on behalf of Government of India and any inquiry has found him guilty by the Supreme Court. 3. Has been convicted of an offence involving moral turpitude. So the correct answer would be D. 1, 2, 3. All are the correct options. Section number in which it is provided is section 6. Next question. Which one of the following statements is correct about Central Vigilance Commissioner? A. He is a public servant within the meaning of section 21 of IPC. B. He is a judge within the meaning of section 19 of IPC. C. He is a court of justice within the meaning of section 20 of IPC. Or D. He is appointed by the President on the recommendations of a committee consisting of Prime Minister, Minister of Law and Justice, and Leader of Opposition in the House of People. So the correct answer is A. He is a public servant within the meaning of section 21 of IPC, as we had already read this in section 16. Okay. D is wrong because the committee which recommends the President consists of the Prime Minister, a Leader of Opposition in the House of People, and Home Minister as member. Okay. Now these are previous year questions, so keep that thing in mind so you can get an idea what kind of questions are asked in the examination. Okay. Next question, which of the following statements about the proceedings of the Central Vigilance Commission are correct? First, all proceedings shall be conducted at its headquarters. Second, no proceeding shall be invalid merely by reason of vacancy in the commission. Third, no proceeding shall be invalid merely by reason of defect in the appointment of Central Vigilance Commissioner. So the correct answer is C, 1, 2, 3. All the statements are correct. If you remember the section, please do let me know. Next question. The Central Vigilance Commission was established based on the recommendation made by A. Raja Mannar Commission, B. Sarkaria Commission, C. Venkatachalaya Commission, D. Santanam Committee. So the correct answer is D. Santanam Committee. Next question. Proceedings before the Central Vigilance Commission under the Central Vigilance Commission Act 2003 shall be deemed to be A. Administrative, B. Judicial, C. Quasi-judicial, or D. Executive. So the correct answer is C. Quasi-judicial. Next question. Who among the following can be appointed as the Central Vigilance Commissioner and the Vigilance Commissioner? First, who has been or are in all India services. Second, who have been or are in a civil post under the Union having knowledge and experience of at least 10 years. Third, who have been or are in any civil service of the Union having knowledge and experience in the matters relating to vigilance, policy making and administration, including police administration. So the correct answer is C, 1 and 3. Why 2 is not correct? Because in the CVC Act there is no mention of number of years of experience required for the appointment. Okay, so the correct answer would be C, 1 and 3 are correct. Next question, what is the term of office for the Central Vigilance Commissioner? Very easy question. A, 4 years or 65 years of age, whichever is earlier. B, 3 years or 62 years of age. C, 5 years or 65 years of age. D, 4 years or 62 years of age. So the correct answer is A, 4 years or 65 years of age. Next question. Which one of the following statement is not correct? A, CVC is empowered to review the progress of applications pending with the competent authorities for sanction of prosecution under the PC Act 1988. B, CVC has all powers of a civil court while conducting an inquiry referred to in clause C and D of subsection 1 of section 8. C, CVC exercises superintendence over the functioning of the DSPE in all cases of investigation of offences under the PC Act. D, all appointment in CVC can be made by the Parliament. So what is not correct? Option D, because appointment in CVC are made by the President after consultation with the committee. Okay. So that was the end of the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you have any query, any confusion regarding the act, please write it in the comment and I'll answer them. And that's it. All the best. Thank you for watching.